Happy freaking New Year, everybody. I'm Matthew or Sundown. We're on devlog number 6. Yo, devlog number 6. Let's get into it. I'm going to do this one quickly. I'm going to try and do this one quickly. All right. Tentative title. Still not 100% on it, but welcome to the Sun Shall Burn devlog number 6. We're just going to click new game and just get into the changes here, baby. So, first thing you might notice, I believe, is the yellow hearts here. This little gem notification thing here. I think some cats, honestly, I completely forgot what's new and what's not. Basically, if you shoot these cats, though, they create a little frowny face. I'm pretty sure it's new and they die. Planning on making it give you a debuff, actually. There are references to 2 cats of my friends in real life. So, moving on here, you'll notice that, well, actually, okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying I upped my damage to 10. That's not normally how it is. In fact, you know what? I'm going to restart the game and show you what the proper damage is supposed to look like. Alright, let's load up the game again here. So, these cats still die in one hit, by the way. Here we are. We're just going to get in this. Holy loud. I do apologize. Perfect. Yeah, let's get that down, please. So, what I'm going for here is a roguelite in the sense that every enemy has a chance to drop blood gems. With blood gems, in between runs, you upgrade your character. You can upgrade his attack speed, his attack damage, and quite frankly, this game is hard, almost impossible to beat if you don't upgrade anything. Like, with 0 upgrades, it's dang hard. Kind of how I want it. So you see there 3 blood gems drop, and I collect them. And I now have 3 that I can spend outside of the run. Spending them, that mechanic currently does not exist. But, you know, small steps, okay? Let's go and kill that. We added in death animations for a couple of the enemies here. You'll notice there that pterosaur had a pretty gnarly death animation. We also have completely, well, we have our 10 levels made for each area, and they're randomized. So you get random levels each time. Maybe we'll play through a couple here. Maybe we'll just take a peek at them. I don't want to give everything away in this series, right? You got to keep some aspects of the game hidden. Otherwise, it's just, you know, it's just too easy. Obviously, there's still quite a few enemies that need their death animations. Those being the monkeys and the jaguar tribe members. But yeah, I also changed the physics of the character a lot. That's something new. You'll notice it feels a little less airy, but he's still pretty good. This here is a trap. It's a dragon trap. You either trigger it when you step in front of it and it shoots a laser beam at you, or spoiler, you can just shoot and you'll trigger the line of sight and the trap will go off. And it does shoot out a laser. It's a one-time thing. You'll notice he looks all burnt out around the mouth here now. So we can move on and oh, okay, yeah, perfect. I thought there was another one there. We're gonna go and jump down here. And yeah, honestly, I'm just super happy with the progress in the game. That's a pretty gross sound. I was playing around with some sounds. I think I'm just going to end up making all my own sounds, which could be fun. Definitely is going to be challenging, though. Ooh, we dropped 3 blood gems. Let's go. So now I have 6 this run. Okay, now here is so that was the first opening area. It's fairly easy. Then you're presented with a choice, okay? Based on your choices, you kind of explore the world here in my roguelite. First off, here's the middle choice. It has no area yet, okay? But I do have 2 of the other areas made. Don't hate on me. So if we go and we can go down, and we will go to the jungle area. Ooh. Or also, you'll notice I finally put in a cursor. Honestly, I pay attention to the comments. If you go and read the comments from the last episode, I think some of the first things I changed in my game were the suggestions in the comments, or at least played around with them. If you come up here, this will take you to the Outer Ruins area of my game. So, I want to show off the jungle first. Now, this is where the game gets significantly harder. And this is a fun level. So, what do I mean by significantly harder? I mean that I'm probably going to die. It's hard to clear one of these levels without any upgrades. Why? Because everything has HP. Obviously, I'm going to need to fine-tune all the stats, and I want this game to be beatable from the get-go. I just want it to be hard if you're going to try and beat it from the get-go. And then obviously I want it to get easier if you know, take the time to grind up, and then you can kind of see the whole game. You also notice the death animations here on these plants. Looks pretty cool. Okay, hold on. I will show you. Also, that's a lot of green worms, and they are not tuned yet. You'll see what I mean in a second. Yep. Oh, baby. So basically, we want the spawner to stop spawning, so I'm going to stand over here. And yeah, we want to kill this. Now, these enemies are not done yet. When they explode, I want them to create a noxious cloud for around 5 seconds around them. And basically, that noxious cloud, you know, if you stand in it, you're going to die. Oh, please. Oh my gosh, I'm not standing far enough out. You know what? These worms will come back. Yeah, they'll loop back around. But yeah, anyways, this is why I actually had my bullet set to 10 damage, which you'll be able to buy damage with the blood gems in between runs. So it's kind of like I want there to be a strong sense of progression. Obviously, I don't want it to be this ridiculous. Like, I don't think this is fun at all, and I think it's kind of just an unnecessary barrier of entry. So I'm going to hit this game with a hot restart, and I'm going to up my damage here just so I can show you these other areas, and I will get right back with the commentary. Okay, now we're just jumping right back in here. Keep in mind, this is 100% extra damage. So yeah, it's quite a bit. Also, you'll notice that there were no item rooms. Now that's by design. What I want is you using your blood gems, you purchase what's called an ancestral gift. Basically, you purchase item rooms. You say, hey, I have 25 blood gems. And then you can unlock one item room for your run. And the item room will appear at the earliest convenience. And so it's nice because, let's say I unlock 4 item rooms, then for the first 4 areas I'm getting items. And then suddenly I don't get items, and I kind of stop. But the items are something that really, honestly, just transform the game to a point where, like, you can just win. Like the torment, the ×2 damage modifier is so strong. Along with the diamond as well. So that's definitely something that's fun here. There's a different just little area here. Obviously, the level design isn't, I mean, the best, but I mean, I think that's fine. I think part of the charm of these games is like having levels that look sick, and some levels that are just super simple like this. Obviously, there is a lot that needs to be done. I need to make it so that enemies that come out of a spawner do not drop blood gems, because you can just sit there and farm them, and I don't think that's fair. I only want it to be a random chance for enemies that have not spawned in. So that's going to be fairly simple. I actually already have a couple of mechanics that require the feature for it to be spawned in. So I already know how to do the code. I just have to implement it. Now we're coming back here. Like I said, we're going to go explore the jungle here and see what it has to offer. Ooh, I love this area. Now there's an area that you can farm the blood gems pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. Just because like every little thing has the chance to drop blood gems. So, oh shoot, I messed up. Obviously, I don't know if it's the best system, but it is a system. Okay, please die. Yep, lots of gross sounds here. I think about this is with 10 damage, and some of those things are still taking like 2 hits, so. Alright, let's finish those guys off. Sweet. So yeah, this room was great, because just from this one room, like, we have 20 blood gems. I'm thinking like, what, 25 for an item room? So, I mean, there you go. Now, you can climb up like this. It's really hard, so I just stuck in the moving platforms. But yeah, honestly, I'm pretty pleased with how it's turning out. And how the kind of variety, like the variety that you can see. Oh, that's a new enemy there you saw. So it's called my jungle flyer. Only appears in jungle areas. It's got like a one eye thing going on. There's its eggs. They look kind of crazy. Yeah, just honestly, just to mix things up, I kind of like the idea of like similar enemies but themed differently based on where you go. I think it's more to do with, I mean, my enemy AI isn't the most complicated or the best, but I don't think you need that. Also, I think I must have forgot to put in a doorway here. So, I guess that's so weird though, because that means I would have had to have deleted it, which is just weird. So we're going to break my game here real quick. Just fun. Always fun finding little glitches here and there. For the most part, though, pretty sure my game is glitch-free, and I am choosing this super ironic moment to say that. Let's explore the other area. Welcome back. Now we're going to jump up here. Now, this top area, the jungle has a wide range of levels you can pick from. It has 10. I guess not that wide, right? But there's various levels. This only has 3, so we're probably going to see all 3 right now. This one is really familiar. You may notice it from earlier playthroughs. Now, in this area, in the jungle area, you notice you don't find any Jaguar members. In this area, you're going to find plenty of them. Also, I know that you can see at the start a little thing right there. I'll fix it. Also, we got the same room in a row. Highly likely, like I said, when it's just randomly picking from the same 3 rooms. All right, here's something new. So, there's a new enemy there. He's a little stuck. It's an eye bat. Now, I'm really pleased with this enemy, and I'll show you why. Haha, so it's my first enemy that has, like, gore, and then, I mean, it just explodes. But it's just a fun little thing that I thought I'd put in the game. Adds an extra layer of charm to it, I feel like. Now, this enemy, this is what you can see. So, one of them spawned in, and he was immediately flying at me. Now, these ones didn't spawn in, but they have it set to if I shoot at him, he'll start flying towards me. You notice he's flying slow and animating slower. As he gets near me, he starts flying faster. Now, this enemy is actually a reference to one of my very first game projects called Stormweavers. It's a sprite that I actually made around 4 years ago. Obviously, I touched it up, redid it a little bit. But, I mean, also, if you get close enough, you'll go and trigger them, and he'll just fly at you real fast. Honestly, really happy with how that enemy was created, how it kind of panned out. I think it's sick. Moving on here, you'll notice here's the trap. I'm just going to get hit by it to show you. Oh, if you're not close, you'll just get hit by the laser beam. This is a fun little section because I wanted to test these spikes on the sides. Oh, shoot. And, yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, so that's actually where that area ends. I have it set to, if you clear a certain number of rooms, it gives you the next option to choose. So, yeah. Honestly, I think we can probably call it there, and we can just get to talking now. As if I haven't already been talking, right? Really quick, just before we do that, just to show it off, here was my game called Stormweaver Survival. It was a game that was going to be part of a Kickstarter based off of a board game called Stormweavers. And these were the original sprites. This is the highest res image I have. But basically what I did is I just took this enemy, I redid him. I tried to keep it very similar to what he looks like, and then I just stuck him in my game. I thought it'd be a nice throwback. Just for me, I think it's fun to do stuff like that. It keeps it interesting for me, at least. And you might see some of these people kind of pop up, because I also kind of dig the design of some of these elementals. Honestly, just the fire, pretty much, and the earth here, I think, are pretty cool. The rest kind of just look a little freaky. Maybe like the water, but like I might change his horns. I don't know. Definitely just something to think about. Also, this is cool because I did all of these myself, all of these backgrounds. I do want to preface it, though, because I think I did these, but I based them off of other photos, and I actually used the same color pixels and style as those other photos. They are all mine, though. I did draw all of these, so I just think that's cool. Anyways, let's actually get into my game now. All right, so I actually had to go back to my video because I didn't save this and check and see what happened. I'm just going to live audit this with you guys. Week 1, what did I say that I wanted to get done? I didn't even check this or reference this for like the last 5 or 6 days of the week. Just saying. Fully implement the worm bullets. Oh, didn't do. Death animations? I kind of did. You know, if we didn't do it, we'll do it next. Okay? Oh gosh, hello. If we didn't do it, we'll do a hard X. If we kind of did it, I'll just give myself a minus. And if we did it, I'll just give myself a plus. So we kind of did death animations. Not a whole lot of them. Health upgrade and health pickups. Oof, didn't do. Shields, nope. Game's name and title screen, I'm going to give that a Finished the first boss sprites, didn't do. Oh gosh, I did not. do any of these. Oh, yikes. Didn't do my paralyzing background. More random levels. Can't get the same level twice in a row. I'll do this, and I didn't redo them in the way that I wanted. Like, I did redo them, but not what I was thinking, so I'm going to just X that. Change sounds, absolutely I did not. So that's kind of funny, because I was pretty happy with the progress I made on the game, and yeah, nice. Torment not affecting this, I didn't fix yet. Fix room number not resetting. I actually changed how the entire room system works, thanks to Thomas, or Dicosmos Gaming. He came over to my house and he looked at my code and he's like, dude, it looks horrible. Just do this. And he fixed it. He saved me about, I mean, he condensed like a 40 line piece of code into like 4 lines of code. So thank you. So, I mean, I guess I fixed this. No, I mean, I didn't. I think I know. I think it might still exist. So I'll just leave that one neutral. So what the freak happened? What the heck happened? Well, what happened was I made a plan, and then I never referenced the plan or looked at it a single time, and obviously I forgot the plan. So much so that I had to pull up the plan and look at it. However, what did I get done without a plan? Because I don't want to be just completely negative here. Well, I mean, I added in... how many enemies I added? I added in a new worm. I added in a new bat. I added in a new flyer, like a jungle dude. I added in new spikes. I mean, so I added in 3 enemies. Just saying. Added in 3 enemies. I mean, I did death animations for those enemies. Like, the bat has a nice little pfft, which was pretty cool. Let me just think here. I added in 3 enemies. I'm pretty sure I changed our hearts? Question mark. Added in blood gems. Random levels and level paths is what I did. Lots of level design. What else did we do? Because I feel like I was doing like a lot. Fixed physics of the game, you could say, or the movement. What else did I added in cats? That's freaking important. Added in cats, traps. I don't think I had traps last time, like the spike traps and everything. I don't think I had those added. Maybe I did. Holy crap! I really should watch the previous devlog, right? Cats, traps. Shoot. What else? Right? What else? I thought about something. Does that count? I know how I need to change my code to make the implementation of bullets and guns easier and items easier. So fix a couple of implementation issues. Let's see what else. What else did I do? All right. Freak, you know what? I think that's all I did. I thought it was way more. I thought I grinded harder this week. Okay, I just went back and watched my last devlog. Cheat hack, if you want. Just literally set it to times 2 speed. Honestly, I have no issue with that. I don't get offended, and it helps you just freaking see the whole devlog and see the game just like twice as fast. So it's nice. So actually, the game looks phenomenally better since last week. Honestly, just the whole like themed areas, going to different areas, and the level design, I think, is the biggest thing. Which took a lot, and that's fine that took a lot. Sure, maybe I didn't get a whole lot done, and I mean, I feel like I even did get a lot done coding, because like I completely fixed how the doors work. I added in the blood gems. I added in new enemies. I fixed the current enemies. I added in traps. Like, oh yeah, and I added in traps. Like, that's sick. So there's actually like a lot of things I'm actually really happy with this week that honestly I didn't have it. I mean, I changed the tile sets around. I added in a couple of sounds, but it's fine. So honestly, like, it's cool to see if you play them back to back how different and how much more of a game it feels like this week. So I'm pretty hyped for that. One thing I do want to go over here is the progression of the game. This is spoilers if you don't want to see it, but it shouldn't be too big of spoilers because it could change still. Here is the progression of the game. So you start out in the jungle. It's like 3 to 4 levels, okay? Then you pick Outer Ruins, Temple Approach, Deep Jungle, okay? I already have Deep Jungle and Outer Ruins done. Temple Approach, still... I haven't done anything for it. Excuse me. So, after that, we have some different pathways that you can take in the game. So the story of the game as well got a little bit changed. I kind of was talking it over with Thomas. And basically your dude, he keeps getting resurrected by the god of death, or the god of the underworld, okay? And the god of the underworld hates the sun god. These people worship the sun god of the tribe. So the death god is like, dude, I'm resurrecting you so that you can end this tyrannical rule of the sun god and take out the jaguar tribe. But really, his ulterior motives is he just doesn't like him being worshipped. And so he wants to just take out, he's like, oh, they're worshiping him again. So that's your motivation until you figure out what's going on. And so once you've, let's just run it down a couple of gameplays here, right? First time you play the game, Jungle, Temple Approach, you go to the Temple Grounds 2, Temple, and then now you're inside like this temple, and the temple has 3 different paths. Thinking of making this bottom path here blocked off. Not entirely sure yet. Ooh, don't want to do that. Okay. Control Z, thank you. And then you'll just fight the tribe boss, and that'll be the end of the game. And then the death god's like, oh, thank you. And then like 50 years passes, and he resurrects you again. Now, what happens is there's a couple of different paths that you can take in getting there. If you go to the Outer Ruins, it'll give you the chance to just keep going back on the normal path, or you can go to the Highlands or the mountain. Just different enemies, different area. But now you can still have the chance to go back to the main path. You'll fall down a waterfall. I'm thinking of making it like a fun mini game where it's super easy to grind blood gems. So like this is kind of the blood gem farming route. If you keep going up though, you'll reach the summit where you'll fight a special boss, and you'll essentially shoot a boulder down, and it unlocks an alternate ending. So you basically roll this boulder down the mountain, and it crushes into the city and the temple and the ruins. So then you fight through the ruins, Ruins 1, Ruins 2, until you get to the same boss, but he's just in the ruins, okay? That's your alternative path. The second one is the jungle, which can lead you to the caves, which can lead you to the lava caves. Now, the lava caves had I'm trying to remember. I think it had like Jaguar Soul is what I called it. Now, with the Jaguar Soul, if you get to the 3rd temple path, you reach the sacrificial altar. And in the sacrificial altar, you can kill yourself and go to the underworld because you have the Jaguar Soul. Because you have the Jaguar Soul, you go down and you can fight your way in the underworld, Underworld 1, Underworld 2, until you can kill the death god, right? You don't really know about this, and this path isn't unlocked until you essentially find out that the death god is just using you and that he's actually not the best guy. The second path here is if you go to the Highlands or the mountain and you go left, you'll go to a desert area, into the desert mountains, into a red rocky area, and then you'll fight the sun god. Now, the sun god also isn't a good guy. That's kind of the story of this game, right? So you kill this sun god pretty much because the death god tells you to. And when you do, and you can only get here if you buy rockets, which you buy rockets using blood gems, and blood gems, like obviously you can't get them until you have grinded them out. So you buy the blood gems so you can go to the second area so that you can kill the sun god. When you kill the sun god, he actually gets like upset, but like with his last breath, he bestows you like with what energy he has left. Basically in an act of like, it's not kind towards you or anything. He just wants, he's like, if I'm going down, you got to take him down too. And when you kill him, you realize the ulterior motive or the plan of this death god. Now with the death god done, maybe you'll unlock a thing where all the enemies change, and like instead of worshiping the sun, they all worship death now. And you're stuck with the sun god's power, which will resurrect you anytime you die. So before you have the death god bringing you back to life until you kill the sun god, then you find out the death god's bad, and then the sun god, with what he had left, bestowed in you the ability to regenerate. Now, when you regenerate, now your goal is to kill the death god. So you have to go down to the lava caves, get the jaguar soul, take the secret path, go to the temple path, go to the underworld, kill the death god. Once you've done that, then you could say you've beaten the game, you finished it. Then the game just becomes just an unlocked game at that point, and I would just unlock everything. So there's a story or progression, but then once you've beaten it, it's just like, all right, yeah, it's all unlocked. Have fun. And you can just pick whatever path you want. This can be expanded upon. It can also be shrunk. Like, you can be shrunk to pretty much like completely exclude the entire death god section. So it's just like the evil sun god, which might end up happening. I was watching a thing called how scope creep can like kill indie games. So like basically your scope is so big that you just burn out and you never finish your game. To be fair, and I am biting off a lot, but like it doesn't seem that much to me in the moment. It doesn't seem that much to me. I guess we'll see where I'm at next week, and then I'll have a better idea of how long it's going to take. Because basically I already have like the assets and everything that I need and like what I want for these. And honestly, they all need a ton of polishing. Don't get me wrong. I plan on completely redoing the main character. Thomas suggested I just up his resolution so that he has a little more readability and he's a little more unique. So there's a lot of things I do want to do, but I think the main thing I want, and the main thing I should do, is just pick one. I'm fine doing these 3, but then I really should just cut the crap with everything else and just finish the one route of Temple Grounds 2, Temple 1, Temple Paths. And honestly, I just do like one Temple Path and then fight the boss. Because once I do this, once I have my main section here completed, then I can potentially, put this on a Kickstarter, or I can, get a green light, or I can do something with it so that it's not just, a hobby. It's more of like, oh, I can actually make this something. So this is the goal for sure. And I want to do this as fast as possible. I set the resolution of pretty much doing what I just said and having that part done minimum by February. That's crazy, by the way, but I want to do it. And it means giving up a couple of things that I like doing. Like wasting time. But you know what? I'm really looking forward to it. So really, it's just all about polishing. Also, right here, these are the things you can buy with blood gems. You can upgrade your damage. I think I'm going to make it 10 blood gems is 1 damage, right? 10 blood gems equals 1 damage. 10 blood gems equals 0.10 or 0.1 attack speed up. HP would be like 50 blood gems. You get an extra HP or heart container. HP bits is just the chance for enemies to drop HP bits. Rockets, I'm thinking of making them cost a little bit more. I'm thinking of making them cost 25 gems. Maybe 50. Item rooms, I do want them to cost a lot because they significantly change the game and they make the game so much easier. And look at this. So on a normal run here, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items a run. Yeah. There's other ways to get items. So why don't we go 7, 8? There will be roughly 8 items every run, which is fine. So a lot of it is going to come down to, A, I upgraded my damage to this point, or I up, obviously the items do mean a lot, but also maybe I will take out item rooms and I'll just make them a thing because it kind of seems a little. I mean, we all saw the green worm level, so. Anyways, that's it. That's all she wrote, and those are my goals. My goals are to. I still want to do these things, but really just finish this main path and just polish everything out and get it to a point where it looks good. This week, I think I just want to make it so that it looks good, and I need to fix how the items are implemented. Honestly, those are pretty big goals this week. What's today? Oh, it's Monday. Holy crap, yeah. I was like, wow, what? Of course, that's why I'm recording this. It's Monday. The 4th of the new year. Anyways, good luck with your New Year's resolutions. Even if you mess up the first couple days or you fall off the horse or the wagon 2 weeks in, or for whatever reason, like there's no, like it's not like a one and done, I fricked it up and there go my New Year's resolutions. Like, dude, just start over. Like, every day can be your New Year's resolution day. Like, just because you... There's just so many things, right? Like, honestly, moment of honesty, my New Year's resolution was to stop drinking soda. I was doing good for 2 days, but then I started getting headaches and I started feeling really crappy, which is to be expected, honestly. I remember I quit soda before. That's what happens. Then I drank soda. Like, I think the second or third day. Yesterday, third day. And instead of being like, oh, frick, I beat myself up. Like, no, just move on, dude. Try it again. Okay, just make the next 5 days without soda. It's like, just because I wasn't perfect. There's a great thing. I'll end on this. This dude goes on a diet. Right? It's New Year's. Goes on his diet. And he's doing good. He weighs like 400 pounds, but he's doing great, all things considered. And for the most part, he's gotten rid of every temptation in his house. He's throwing out the chips, around the soda. He's just going to town, and it's really difficult, but he's seeing change. And then one day, he's just looking through his fridge, kind of just like he's having a rough day. He's looking at all his salads. Opens his freezer. He's like, oh my gosh, I have leftover ice cream. And he looks at it for a second. He can feel that like surge of temptation. He picks up the ice cream. Grabs his favorite big ice cream spoon. Opens the ice cream and he takes a huge spoonful. Oh, it's chocolatey, chunky goodness, and he eats it. And then he thinks to himself, dang it. There goes my entire resolution. There goes my entire goal to lose weight. After one bite, he feels horrible about himself. And he goes, this sucks. There goes everything. You know what? I might as well just eat the whole ice cream, and I might as well just give up. And he just eats the rest of the ice cream. And the point I want to hit home is that just because you take one spoon of ice cream doesn't mean that your diet is ruined. Like, if you just take a step out of that dude's situation, like, dude, all you did was take a bite of ice cream. Your diet's fine. You're doing great. It's a bite of ice cream. That literally probably does nothing. But eating the whole thing, okay, that's going to do something. But in his brain, he goes, I took a bite. It's over. So I guess just apply the ice cream analogy to your life in anything that you're trying to overcome. If you say, hey, I want to start doing this, and then for 2 days you do it, and then the third day you don't do it, don't go, see, look at that, I didn't do it. I freaking told you. Instead, be like, hey, man, all I did was take a bite of ice cream. I mean, obviously you don't want to take the bites of ice cream, but at the end of the day, just take a deep breath, take a step back, and say, all I did was take a bite of ice cream. There's no reason I can't put the lid back on the ice cream and throw the ice cream away or put it back in the freezer and just keep being fine and doing good and losing weight. So, anyways, I'm going to end on that. Happy New Year's, everyone. I love you guys. I really appreciate the support. I absolutely love feedback and suggestions in the comments. And, I just hope this is a great year for everyone, myself included. And I'm feeling pretty good. It's hard. Obviously, life is difficult, but I'm feeling pretty happy with what I'm doing. All right, I'm Andy here. Bye, guys. Thanks for everything. See ya.